The only constant in life is change, right? So you have to learn how to surrender to your emotions to be able to climb your next mountaintop. I had surrendered to my emotions unknowingly, but no one taught me how to get out of them. So I had 35 years of debilitating lower back pain from my wounds in my childhood. And you can read about it on my website at carrieblazer.com under Origin Story. But I had so much fear, guilt, and shame in me, stored in my womb, that it was emanating as lower back pain. And I was seeking control and safety. I was in my masculine. So I didn't know how to forgive myself. I didn't know how to apologize. I didn't know how to be emotionally healthy because I was so busy protecting myself. I was in survival mode. Letting go reduces fear, restores freedom. Yeah. The nervous system becomes aligned, becomes healthy. And when you have a healthy soul, a healthy nervous system, then you're like that. There's this metrodome experiment where 2 metrodomes are going super fast, other 3 are kind of slow. And in healthy energy, naturally aligns with the highest vibrating energy. So me, when I keep aligning and releasing the fear, releasing the fear, releasing the fear, I'm that really fast metrodome helping everybody else. Okay, Jesus wasn't teaching religion, he was teaching awareness, okay? And science is only now finding the language to explain it. This is early Christianity that was repressed because 2,000 years ago, it was the growth of imperialism in Europe. As a reincarnation of Mary Magdalene, I'm like, what happened, right? How we get here? Why was I a prostitute? Okay, why am I not a prostitute now? All good questions. But they were organizing the nation states. They needed hierarchy and control to organize people, to stop war. But of course, then that repressed femininity, which is the natural healing process, teaching us how to rupture our emotions and repair for our emotions. And we know now from psychology that the healthiest relationships are the ones that know how to go through challenges together successfully. That's the healthiest relationship. The ones that know how to go into their pain and come out, and go into their pain and come out. And I had to accept that if I want Mount Everest-sized wisdom, which I equate to like enlightenment, then I had to take on Mount Everest-sized wounds. And Winston Churchill says, it is said that famous men are often the product of an unhappy childhood. Okay, there's the surrender, but there's the capacity to climb. Because if you only go down a little bit, getting up a next big mountain is, that's impossible based on the laws of physics. If you want to climb Mount Everest, you got to go equally deep in preparation. Oh, okay. Anyway, let me stop sharing my screen. And anyway, I found that, and I thought that was, really, really fascinating, and that it aligned with everything that I'm saying. And, it's hard for me to be, the reincarnation of Mary Magdalene because, I have to confront the church, the patriarchy. So, I could be restored as the divine feminine equal to divine masculine, that was my first enlightenment experience, was showing me the problem of having a singular masculine God, because that God takes credit for creation, and creation is feminine, and feminine goes first. Surrender is the feminine, action is the masculine. The woman drops her handkerchief and the man decides what to do. That's a healthy balance. So